would you say that you would you say a man that displays feminine energy is appealing to you?
I feel like I want a man that is displays both. I feel like I want a man that be able to know what I know how to do. I know how to be. I'm the most affectionate, sweetest crybaby. I don't know what. It's so weird. I love that I put on this mask and people think like, oh, she's so tough. Like I am a fucking wimp in real life. Like that's what I'm like. People just don't be.
Well, I mean, I think you're a woman.
Yeah, so it's like we have that in our biology. We're gonna be, but it's gonna come out for certain people. Like you're not gonna get out of your masculine energy by being with a man who can't take care of himself. So how can he take care of you? You're gonna still be a leader. You're gonna still feel like, okay, let me do this because he don't know. That's natural. Why would I be just be falling on the floor for somebody they can't do for themselves? It is what it is. Like a lot of women are learning new, like the world is changing. Like it's very changed. Like women are learning
World's always changing.
Power. We're learning our power over men. Like in a few more years, like women it's gonna be women. Like we are doing our thing now. So it's like it's just, but that doesn't mean that I feel like men have their place. We both have the same thing in us. I don't want a man that display all feminine energy. No, absolutely not. Because we have both. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like my man should be able to be vulnerable around me. Cry. I think when I have a son, I'm not going to teach my son that he can't cry. I'm not big on that at all. Like, men can cry, women can cry. Those are emotions. We can't control what we feel. And to tell someone because they're a certain sex or because they should display a certain masculinity or whatever, you shouldn't cry. That's crazy as hell. Like, I can't imagine. I cry damn near every day, whether it's a happy cry or bad. I'm very emotional. I'm intuitive, like with the world. I can talk to one of my friends and they can tell me something that's going on in their world, and it will literally later on I'll think about it, process it, and I'll like cry or like I'm very like in tune with the world and stuff like that. Like for real. So it's like I can't sit there and imagine if I was a male. I don't think that would make it any different. I would still be an empathetic person.
Well,
so someone go ahead.
Well, yeah. So I would say when it comes to the aspect of crying, like I grew up, you know, I was raised by my single mom. I was raised by both my mom and my dad until I was about 12 years old. You know, separate households, but mainly raised by my mom. And there, I cried when I was younger, but it came a point in time when I got to a certain age, just at the state that I was in my life, I felt as though that when times were rough, or when I had some tough trials and tribulations, I felt as though at a certain point in my life that crying really didn't do too much. As a man, I feel as though, in my opinion, as a man should come with solutions. And when a man gets in that mind frame of being solution driven, just naturally speaking, he naturally doesn't see crying as really a coping mechanism to fix things.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually fixing things in his life. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, for a woman, it's like women are more emotional. So it's more of women get more of a pass. And I don't even want to say that women get more of a pass, but it's just in their nature to be emotional. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing that women are emotional. You know what I mean? Because that displays balance between a man and a woman. Yeah. Because a woman should, in my opinion, a woman should come to a man for guidance, because the man should be that rock. You know what I'm saying? A man should be solution driven. Because if you're a woman and you're vulnerable and you start crying about a particular situation that you have, and you go to a man and then he starts crying about it without a solution, like, how would that make you feel? Like, would you feel as though that man could be relied upon? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know. I have a different view. I'm good on perspectives, and a lot of people are like, well, I didn't look at it that way. So I feel like crying is like how you water your plants. Like, I get a lot of, I'm a very like aware person. I think it's because I cry a lot and I like kind of self-reflect. I feel like you should cry. Like, I don't feel like it's for men or women. Like, it's a lot, like, just for you to say like, women are emotional. I've met emotional men, like, and I don't look at them.
No, well, men are emotional. Men are emotional. I'm emotional.
Yeah, I don't want my man to cry. That's damn near like a criteria. Have you cried? When the last time you cried? Like, I don't want no man that's just No, like you're just suppressing everything. Like, and that shit comes out at the wrong time. It comes out. You don't know how to cry when someone died. It's just like once you're used to not crying, you don't cry. I mean, we have we have that for a reason. God wants us. It's for a reason. It's nothing wrong with it. I feel like that's just what the world teaches us. Like, oh, solution, because you can find a solution and cry. I do both. I cry and I find a solution while I'm crying. But to express myself and get all the, I mean, even if you don't want to cry, write your feelings down. Like, just express yourself, get your feelings out. Don't suppress it. I'm not big on like, just fuck it, let me solve something. Like, no, you have to like actually go through what you're going through, understand it, let it come out. I'm cool. I'm perfectly fine with my man crying. Like, come on, baby, cry. We gonna cry together. Like, and I've done that in relationships. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like that's a woman or a man thing. I definitely don't want, like, if we outside this nigga.
It's not a woman or a man thing. Both genders cry, for sure. But yeah. I was just talking about, my personal life.
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
No, yeah. So I was just talking about my personal life as far as the aspect of crying. Like I was telling you, I cried before when I was young, but as I got older, you know what I mean? And like I said, after the age of 12, I didn't really grow up with my dad. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my mom, and just the way that I grew up, when it came to like problems and trials and tribulations, even when I felt like crying, I was like, you know what I mean? I felt the hurt and the anguish, but then I was like, immediately, I was like, I need to just come up with a solution.
Have you ever thought of your solution being better had you cried?
Say that again.
Have you ever thought of your solution being better had you cried?
I mean, not really, because crying is just an expression. You know what I mean? It's not a solution. It's an expression. So you can cry, you know what I'm saying? But is it a solution? You know what I'm saying? Like that's just from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a woman, like, so any relationship that I've been in 3 serious relationships, and the women that I've been with, they all cry. You know what I mean? But I never, begrudge them for crying and displaying their emotion, because I feel like if they were willing, see, I take pride in a woman being vulnerable in front of me. So I feel like if a woman cries in front of me, she's comfortable enough, because all women ain't gonna cry in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Even the most emotional women, a lot of emotional women will cover their emotions up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, so like for a woman to cry in front of me, it shows me, okay, she's comfortable with crying in front of me, and I can be, I feel honored. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be, she's with me, so she's willing to be vulnerable in front of me, so I can be her rock. I feel as though I can be a solution. You know what I'm saying? I always feel like the solution at all times, and any kind of times of trials and tribulation. I always feel like I can find a solution. So like, unless like, if a close family member of mine died, or like if my mother died, like, you know what I mean, I would probably cry then. But any other thing, as far as life tribulations, like bills and friends turning on you, shit like that, or things not going the way you want, you know what I mean? Like I said, the women that have been in my life, they have cried because of things like that, because of things not going their way, or things not going the way they're supposed to go. I don't, you know what I mean? I feel as though there's always a solution. And
some of the, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just love talking. Go ahead.
That's cool. That's cool.
Finish.
Yeah. So like, I feel as though for a woman to be vulnerable enough to do that in front of me, and I already know, like, you know what I mean? I don't need to cry about this. I can find a solution for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it normally works out that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
So I feel like some of the smartest people, the most self-aware, the most accountable people I've met are very vulnerable and cry often. So I don't know. I have a different idea with that. I feel like they're better solution talk, because it's crying, like a lot of people were saying, it's a release. Like it's not a weakness. I look at it like it's a strength, because all the things that people look at as weakness is honorable to me when you do it in front of people, or you just do it no matter what. Like I cry if I felt, I'm very vulnerable, I'm transparent, like all of that. But nor if it's in you, let it out. Like it's for a reason. Like God gave us tears, all of this stuff. He gave us emotions. He gave us feelings. All of that is for us to release it. Like what you water is gonna grow. I feel like you grow when you within crying. Like you, I mean, just because you cry, you can't. People kind of like put themselves in boxes. Like oh well, I can only cry or I can only talk. Like no, you can do both. You can cry. And the next day you got your solution. Like that's me. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna get it out. I'm gonna reflect. I'm gonna think of all the perspectives, think of all the things that could have been done. I mean, I don't know. I don't think, and I've always dated men that don't have a problem. I think I bring that out of people, honestly, because I've heard it. I'm so vulnerable. If you're a certain way with somebody, it comes out of them naturally because that's within us to be a certain way. People are just not used to being like welcome because the world is just crazy. Like if you cry, if you in a group, if you with a group of guys and you like, yeah, I'm the crier at all, they're gonna talk about you. But if you're around somebody, a safe person and somebody who's vulnerable, I get around people and I'll just tell them whatever. Like I'm gonna be real, truthful. I'm gonna be me. I never had a problem. I didn't get in a conversation with men telling me about their childhood. Like I'm damn near a therapist, like forever. And I love those experiences because I feel like they never get to do that with nobody. So it's like, damn, sometimes it's okay to cry. Like it's cool. I'm never gonna teach my son to not cry. Like, and I can't wait to raise a son with a great man so we can show you like what a kid can be vulnerable, can be strong, can be all that. You don't gotta just be one thing. Like we're human. It's okay. We display the same emotions. We both have feminine energy. We both have masculine energy. Men mostly excel at masculinity, women feminine. We're the receivers. Men are the givers or whatever you call it. But yeah, like it's just, you know, it's biology. But I mean, we have some of the same things. I just don't believe like, don't cry. Like cry. You can still find a solution. It's okay. I just don't expect a man to. I don't expect a woman to cry all day, like for no reason. Like I look at it like it's down, like it's normal. Like if something happened, cry. Men in Chicago, they don't cry. Like my ex.
Yeah, no, they shoot.
No, but still, no, that's not funny.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
But not for real. Like it's like if somebody died that's close to you, it's hard to get them to cry about it. Like that shit is weird. Yeah. Like you're hurt, cry. Like let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. So y'all about to have me crying. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
No,
cool. Nah, I'm gonna let y'all go. I know those other dudes. You know what I'm saying, but hit me up in the Instagram. You got